Hello and welcome. This is Jo from Creative Empowerment, and I am going through my Oracle and Tarot collection. I decided to make this video into 3 sections. There are 2 other videos that go along with this, my Oracle collection. This is my underutilized Oracle collection, and the first one is more Tarot and Oracle that I use in readings. One is all about mostly Oracle cards that I use for personal use, and you'll see a link for that below. And here we have the last part of my collection. And, you know, throughout the year, I've got rid of some. I have been selling some or giving them away because they're not ones that I'm using anymore. So this part of my collection here, it sort of varies because I've got some that I rarely use, like this Flowers of the Night Oracle deck by Cheryl and Darcy. And I really did use this a lot, but I don't anymore. So it might be time to gift this one to somebody because, yeah, I'm not using it and it's just sitting there. So I feel like I'm trying not to hang on to things that I don't use. It is a great Oracle deck, but it doesn't feel like I have a big connection to it anymore. I think this is actually my first Oracle deck, which is my Archangel Michael, Doreen Virtue again. And again, these are out of print now. This is my first, so I probably will keep it, even though I don't have a strong connection to it or I'm not using it at the moment, but I do feel like I'll keep it because of sort of sentimental reasons. And, you know, angels are a great theme for an Oracle card deck if you're someone who suffers from anxiety and depression or, you know, mental health issues. These angels are always uplifting and you feel supported and like somebody's got your back. The Soul Journey Lesson cards by James Van Prague. These cards are actually pretty good. Like I've used these a lot. They're great to start readings off. You know, you pick a card and it gives you a place to start. You know where you are. You're talking about forgiveness. You're talking about indecision in your life. You can pick 3 and really look at the themes that are going on. The imagery is not my favorite, and suppose maybe that's why I've stopped using them quite so much, but I do think I'll hang on to them because, and the backs, I don't love the backs, but they're great to work with, the themes that they utilize. These ones here, I forgot that I even had them, the Crystal Medicine cards by Rochelle Charman. And these are actually really great cards. So I'm surprised that I'd forgotten that I had them, but just shows you how many I've got. And when I put them all back in my cupboard, I forget what's at the back. And that's not really cool. That means I've got too many. And I think somebody did make a comment on one of my earlier videos about, you know, maybe being an obsession or an addiction or something like that, which I didn't appreciate at the time. However, perhaps there's a bit more of truth to it, which is why I didn't like it. And these are really great ones, so I will get these out and start using them again, particularly for myself, not necessarily for readings, and probably pick a cards again. That's on YouTube on a Friday. This deck here is the Shamanic Medicine Oracle cards by Barbara Michael-John-Free and Flavia Kate Peters. I really wanted to love these cards, but I don't. I don't connect with the imagery very well. So I do use them for my picky cards on a Friday, but they're not ones that I use in my readings really at all. I sometimes use them for myself, but I do have better ones when it comes to this sort of Native American wisdom or native wisdom. I would prefer to use the medicine cards over there with the and the Sacred Path cards. So these to me probably could be something that, again, that I give away or donate or whatever. So I've got 2 there that I'm going to do something with. So this is really good for me to do this. The Wandering Star Tarot. Now these ones are just that little bit different, and sometimes they're amazing and other times, you know, I'm looking at them and I'm like, what am I looking at? Why am I looking at this card? Like, and when I look at them now, I'm like, yeah, I get it, but sometimes I just do not get the connection, you know, and other times I think they're fabulous. Like, that's a great card. The Chariot, I love it. And maybe it's just that I have a bit of a disconnection and maybe I need to work with them a little bit more. to understand these cards better. And that's, you know, sometimes we do that. Sometimes we have a disconnect, and so we put it away and we don't use it. But there's a reason why we haven't gelled with it, and sometimes it's because we need to put in a little bit more work. And I think that that's probably why this is in my underutilized section of my collection. Now, the next one I feel like I am definitely going to get rid of. I love Kyle Gray and I love Angels, but I don't particularly love the imagery of this deck. And you may sort of see a theme here because it's a little bit like the Jimmy Manton stuff with the gods and goddesses. However, some of it I quite like, but yeah, I think it's a bit one-dimensional. Not my favorite, so I think I will definitely be finding these another home because they're just not ones that I'm probably going to work with. So I think I've had them for quite a long time actually, but they're not, you know, they're underutilized and they're taking up space. So I need to move them on. Another oracle deck that I don't use that much is this Using the Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle by Judy Hall. And I think that there are probably better crystal reading oracle decks. So they're very simple. They're all in categories. She's got categories and I can't remember what the categories are. And the imagery, there's nothing wrong with the imagery. It's just a bit boring. I think, to be honest, they're just a bit boring. So I'm not really sure if I'm going to give these ones to, you know, if I'm going to resell these and move them on or not. But they are just that bit boring. The back of the card is so boring. I love Judy Hall. I've got quite a lot of her books and I use the Crystal Bibles all the time. Love them a lot. And then the last deck I have, which I think, because I'm like, have I got anywhere that I've got hidden, is the Earth Warrior cards Oracle by Alana Fairchild. I don't use them very much. I do love the stories. I love the imagery, but I just can't get into how much she's written. And I think that's a bit of a shame because these are really beautiful cards. And, you know, I think I need to make a decision here, which is, do I keep these and you know, actually work with them and get into the stories, or do I give them to somebody else who will use them and make better use of them? So yeah, this has been a really good process, but the imagery is so beautiful, so absolutely beautiful, by Isabel Brynja. And so I want them, I want to love them, but I don't love them. So I need to, you know, I need to figure out what I'm going to do with those. So that's on the not sure pile. As you can see, I have a lot. To recap with this, just with this little section, it's a good thing to take your cards out and to really assess whether you've got cards that you need to keep, or like with these two here and probably this one here and the Kyle Gray, it's time to probably release them to other people because they're being underutilized in my collection, and I think that that's not the right thing for me to be doing. Thank you so much for being here. I've really enjoyed this, looking at the underutilized oracle collection that I do have and what I need to do about it, because it's not right sitting there and not being used. Someone else could be using it who will absolutely love them. So thanks for being here. Remember, if you would like a private reading, there is a link in the description box below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe if you're interested in oracle and tarot. Please follow me over on Facebook, where you'll see a pick a card reading every Friday and lots of other things. Thanks for being here. Bye for now.